Hello, welcome to my new channel, AM Perry. My name's Alex, and as you've probably seen from the thumbnail, I've bought a car from Copart, which I'm hopefully going to repair and make a profit from when I sell it. I thought I would vlog it so that you can see if it's possible, if it's easy, if it's difficult. I don't know yet whether it will work, but I thought I'd give it a go. And yeah, hopefully you'll join me along the way. And I'm sure there'll be a few struggles. Okay, so we'll go and have a look at the car. It actually arrived at midnight last night, so I didn't see it dropped off. The driver phoned me at 5 PM. I was on my way home from work and I thought, oh, he's there, but he said, oh, I've just left and I'm going to be 5 hours, so I'll be there for about 10 o'clock, which is a strange time to be delivering, but I thought fine. So 10 o'clock came and he phoned me and said, oh, I'm going to be late, it's going to be more like midnight. So I was starting to get a little bit concerned that I'd been scammed or something like that, as it's my first Copart car. I said that's fine, told him he could park in the yard when he's dropped it off, as it was late. And then I went to bed and couldn't really sleep because I was thinking what's going to happen here, but I had to be up at 4 AM. So I thought I'd go and see it at 4:30 when I left the house. And to be fair to the driver, he was parked up there having a nap and he dropped the car off, so all was good. But I haven't really looked around it. I thought I'd get the video on it so we can look around it together and see whether it's as described. Okay, so we're going to have a look. Okay, so this is the car. You'll have to excuse the wind and rain. It is terrible weather here at the moment. And you can see this is definitely a 15,000 mile car because it is clean under here. There's barely any dirt on it. But the main part of the damage is here. So we've got a wheel that's far from straight and a wing missing. Now the car had already been stripped, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying because you don't quite know what was fitted to the car and what wasn't. But we've got no bumper. We've got a trim missing there. Now I know the side skirt's missing that side. It's also missing this side, which is a little bit annoying, so it looks like it's being stripped for a few parts, which I hope there's nothing major missing. It does say on it coolant leak there, which that will be because that has broke, so we'll need one of those. And then we've got this damage here, so this plate here is going to need to be, this bracket here is going to need to be drilled out and then a replacement welded back on. But I think the first thing I need to do is get parts of the suspension. If I turn this camera up that way, you could hopefully see that the shock absorber is actually bent. So I need to order one of those. Once I've got that on, I can get the car in and then we can start. I don't really want to drive it like that, and we can start checking it over. So we got oil, which is good. Next thing we can do is get in the car and see if it'll start. Okay, so we're out of the rain now, which is good. Nice digital dash on this. First time I've been in one of the newer ones. 15,219 miles. So let's okay, part pilot malfunction. Expect that because there's no front bumper or parking sensors. We've got no engine management light, which is great. Quarter of a tank of fuel, nice. Obviously I can't run it too long because we do have that coolant pipe broken. Sorry, the engine just started to lower the RPM there, but I guess she was just on a cold start, so that all seems good. Yeah, happy so far. Let's turn that off. It's, other than needing a clean, it looks quite tidy inside here. So I haven't checked the boot yet, just see if there's any parts in the boot. That would be nice if there was. Let's have a look. Okay. No wing. I wasn't expecting that though. We got an arch, which is good. An arch trim. Although that looks like it's broken because that should have clips. Maybe we'll find the rest of that somewhere. And then it looks like we've got all the clips. Sorry, all the clips from the bumpers and the wing, which is nice. Don't know what that is. We've got that off the washer bottle, but I'm going to have to buy a washer bottle because that actually sits in the wing from what I can see. What we got in here? These don't come with a spare wheel as standard from what I can see. So we've got the compressor and we've got the gunk and we've got the toe and eye. That's good so far. So what I need to do now, get some parts on order, and then we can get it in a position where we can drive it, and then I can get it in the workshop and start having a look. Okay, so you join me a couple of days later. We're back with the car. I've ordered some parts now, so the first thing we want to do today is try and get the car so that it can move. So if you look down here, I think I showed this earlier, you can see that this wheel is pretty bent, which looks at the moment to be just the shock absorber, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit more than that. But the first thing I'm going to do is change the shock. That will move the wheel away from it, which will allow me to move the car then and get it in the dry, because once again it's raining, and that's why I'm in a bright yellow coat to keep the rain off. So we'll start by getting the wheel off. Okay, so thankfully we've got the locking wheel nut socket. I was thinking that was going to be missing, so that is one good thing. It was in the glove box, and the only thing in the glove box. there's a slight crease in the door here, which is very unfortunate, but that might be able to be pushed out. There's no scratches, just a crease, so we shall see. Tyre, thankfully, is okay. Okay. So now you can see a little bit more of the damage that is crushed. Everything else so far looks okay, but we'll know more once we get that shock off and the replacement on. Okay, so there's a bit of a lip on the disc here, so I can't actually just slide the caliper off, so we'll just take it apart, which I should have done in the first place. Okay, that's the caliper off. disc off. This looks good. So just to show you a bit closer, the caliper's off. Now we've got to get these 2 bolts out here. Take this off. Take this. Oh, I guess that's the way. Oh, it's a speed sensor. ABS sensor, sorry. And then we should be good to go to start taking it out of the top there, which again looks like all that's got to come off, which is great. Okay, so we'll speed up me getting those bolts out because that could be a little bit time consuming. Okay, so we've got all the bolts out other than this drop link here, anti-roll bar link. So I'm now going to hopefully get that out. Okay, so we're just going to try and take the pressure off that a little bit. It's very difficult to get this out at the minute because it's pushed hard against the chassis, which isn't ideal. So I think what I'm going to have to do is slacken off the bolts at the top before we can do anything. Yeah, so this whole thing is going to have to come off. So we've got these clips all the way along. Hopefully that's all that's holding it in. Okay, so we've just got this plastic cover now. I've only taken one bolt out. Okay. I don't want to have screws everywhere, so I'm trying to just put them back. Just in case I don't put it back straight away. Okay, so that's out. Okay, so this is the old one. And then I have this replacement one, which it isn't brand new, but it was actually off a car with very low mileage. I think roughly, it might have been actually less mileage than this current one. This has 15,000 on. You can see by how much paint is still on it that it's very new. Now it does come with the hub, and I'm thinking due to the impact it's probably better to use this new hub just in case it's done any damage to the bearing. This plate's a little bit bent and twisted, but we can take that off the other one because that's good. So we'll get to work on taking the drive shaft off the hub. Okay, so we put the car in gear just to stop the shaft from spinning. Now we just need to release it from the splines. got the steering arm. That was a bit dopey. Okay, so that's off. Like I say, this plate is good, so we will remove the plate and reuse that. So the new one has got the sensor in, which is there, if you can see that, just there. That seems to sit a lot better so far. So I think we'll get our bolts in at the top. Just got to remember where I put them. There they are. Oh, what have I done with that? Oh, it's still in the spanner. I don't trust these torques very much, so we'll actually tighten it up on the bolt, on the nut, rather than the torques. Too many sockets about now. I don't know what's what. 15. Tiny size, tiny. Okay, so on the steering arm you've got a little hex on the top, so we can use the hex to screw it up. Obviously you have to go the opposite way to bring it up through the nut. So now we can do our big nut up. I'll move the camera. We'll do our big nut up now. Now I should really put a brand new nut on here, but it is fairly new anyway. You do get one with a wheel bearing kit. Okay, so this can go on now. I've just noticed this bracket here is a little bit bent, so we'll try and straighten that up. You can just see there, the bracket's a little bit bent. That's that sorted. This can go on. Oh, actually, let's plug this sensor in before we go too far. Push that clip in there. That one there. Put it the right way first. Looking good. Okay, other than the plastics at the top, that is pretty much done. Okay, so wheel is on, looking a lot straighter. Excellent. So I think I'll leave it there for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and hopefully you'll come back to see some more. Next we're going to get it into the workshop, and we're going to start on wing bracket here. So I've got this part now. We need to drill out these, repair this bit here, this bit here. There's a bracket here which unfortunately you can't get separately. You have to have this whole thing. So I'm going to try and make one using my plasma cutter. So, but we'll see. If not, we'll have to buy one. So yeah, hopefully you'll join me in the next one and we'll get a bit further. Thanks very much.